profits. What Moe's Southwest Grill is doing right in a challenging economy. It's another American-made story you don't want to miss. The second hour of Squawk Box begins right now. Southwest Grill is another American-made success story. We hear from the company's president and how this franchise plans to tackle the issues facing small businesses. Squawk Box is coming back in just 2 minutes. Our American-made company today is sizzling in 2012 with some pretty spicy profits. Paul D'Amico, president of Moe's Southwest Grill, joins us. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, let's talk about how is business and how business is at your franchise and your company, telling us about the health of the consumer.
The business today could not be better. Our comps are up over 8% over last year. And as of right now, we're opening a restaurant every 5 days somewhere in the U.S.
477 restaurants, did I get that right?
478. We opened yesterday, another one.
So the notes are old. And 10,000 employees. But let me get to the second part of that question. Because you're doing well, is that telling us the consumer's in shape, or is that the consumer trading down?
I think a little bit of both is happening. I mean, the consumers are in good shape. A lot of them are trading down from casual dining, and then we're also seeing some trading up from fast food. You know, we play in that fast casual segment with a $10 average check. So we're not at 15 and we're not at 5. We're in that sweet spot, and that's where we're seeing a lot of success with our brand.
Why do you think the brand is doing so well? Is it the food? Is it the service? What if you had one single thing to point to success?
I think if there's one thing, it's the food. I mean, our food mission, where we have all-natural chicken, grain-fed pork, grass-fed beef, no added hormones, lots of great attributes of our ingredients are attracting customers that are 5-year-old to 75-year-old. And you look at our kids' meals, and we're offering those same great ingredients in the kids' meals. So it's not something that's really done today in the restaurant business.
We hear a lot about the value perception. It sounds like it's there at your store.
Yeah, when you play in that $10 average check sweet spot, you have families of 4 or 5 that can come in and dine without having to worry about the tip or the slow service. They get to customize everything that they want at the rate that they want to customize it and enjoy a great meal with the family in a high-energy atmosphere.
Larry Bossidy, let me ask you, how many of these, do you own some of these stores? Are they all franchisees? How's your business model work?
We're about 99% franchise. We have 4 company restaurants in the Atlanta market that we use for training and testing.
And none in Jersey yet, or are there some here now?
There's restaurants in Jersey, but not company operations. Our company operations are all based in Atlanta.
But I've never seen one. Where would I see one in Jersey?
You'll see one. You'll see everything from South Jersey to North Jersey. We've got about 25 restaurants in New Jersey.
How much is a franchise?
A franchise fee is $30,000 for a single store deal.
$30,000 for a single store. There's got to be a lot involved with setting one up there.
Are there
Mexican food? The worst Mexican food is great, Paul. And I've asked Clarence Soda. I've tried to get everyone to put Mexican restaurants in my neighborhood. It's hard to find. I would eat it every night, I think. I'm not really sure why.
It's the biggest challenge that we have with getting more restaurants open. Today we've got over 340 signed franchise agreements in our backlog, and our biggest challenge is finding the right real estate to get those restaurants out of the ground. That is the challenge we face today.
We promoted that we would talk about, is Obamacare a problem? That's something that we teased to talk about with you. Is that?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a problem at some point. There's still a lot of unknowns with what Obamacare is going to mean to Moe's. The average Moe's franchisee with a single restaurant has 25 employees. So if I'm a franchisee with one restaurant, it's really not going to affect me with the 50 employee base. But if I've got 10 restaurants, it's absolutely going to affect. I mean, we're thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7% of labor costs. We could see a negative increase there.
Can I ask well, let's continue with that. Some companies are charging their employees more because of Obamacare. Other companies are limiting the amount of people they hire. Are you doing either of those?
No, we're not. We have a wait-and-see mentality right now because our job as the franchisor is really to educate the franchise community and keep them informed and educated so they can take the right decisions when those times come. Right now, we're not doing anything. We're not taking any drastic action with Obamacare.
I want to ask if your growth is limited by something that we're increasingly becoming aware of, which is the huge growth in the Latino demographic in this country. A couple blocks away from me are a series of fantastic cheap Mexican restaurants. Does that limit your growth, or is that something that enhances your growth prospects?
What that does is it enhances it because the flavor profiles become known before we get to a market, and what we bring is more than just southwestern Mexican food. We bring a whole level of energy to the environment. We bring things that the competition don't bring, and we're providing a dining opportunity for families that they can't get anywhere else.
Paul, one question: do you get pressure on your menu in terms of this American diet fad that's going on? Have you changed your menu over time to be somewhat responsive to that need?
We're doing that kind of behind the scenes. We've reduced sodium across our menu last year by 50%. It's not something that we advertise. We have calories on our menus in New York. And so we're prepared to take a leading role on that. And
no, don't. I know what I'm getting into, Paul. Please don't. If I come in there, I know what I want. Don't give me something I don't want, please.
That's the great thing about our concept is you can come into Moe's and you can have a great, healthy, even vegetarian meal.
That is not what I want.
Or you can come in and get a 20-ounce home wrecker.
Okay.
That's gonna really satisfy you for the rest of the day.
All right.
Paul, come back again. Bring more samples. Thanks very much for joining us.
Oh, there
Thanks,
are
guys.
some over there.
Joe just saw the samples before.
Yeah, go, Joe. Go. You start.
When we come back.
Here he goes. Hold on. Let's get a picture. Here he goes. He's going.
Oh, boy. He's going wireless. Here
Nachos for breakfast. What's
Former
wrong with that?
Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell and former Senator Judd Gregg on rising above and getting a deal done in Washington. Investors will want to watch shares of Yum Brands today, too. That's the parent company of KFC and Pizza Hut. It's expecting 2012 earnings a share to be $3.24. That would be about 4 cents short of expectations. By the way, the company also disclosing sales in China were softer. The stock dropping about 6% in after-hours trading. Big deal, down about 9% right now. Squawk Box will be right back. You can't take it all!
This is